We're on Baba Kama, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Gimel, third Mishnah in the first chapter of Masechet Baba Kama. So the Mishnah is continuing to give us general principles or rules about nizikin, about payment, and about damage. It says in the Mishnah, Shum Kesef. Shum means the evaluation or the summation, the approximation of the value in Kesef, in money. It says about Tunura. What does that mean, Shum Kesef, the approximation or evaluation of money? Shum Shel Nizakim Lo Yehe Ela Bekesef. Okay, when you evaluate the damage, it has to be in money. Shihu Beitin Shamin Kama Shaveh HaNesek V'kach Yishalem Lo. The Beis Din would evaluate, they would approximate, they have to evaluate how much the damage was. A person, smashed into somebody's, with his car, he banked in somebody else's car. So the Beit Din has to evaluate how much damage. The Beit Din obviously can then go and turn to an expert and say how much. They don't know, they're not an expert in every field, but the Beit Din makes that evaluation. V'im hizika, so the Kati and the Bartanura said, the Gemara, it's like obvious. Of course you'd have to pay in money. So the Gemara says no. It's talking about a case where, let's say the following happened. V'im hizika parato shel Ruvain talito shel Shimon. Shedarsa la b'shut hanizak u'shvarato. So, Reuven's cow walks into Shimon's backyard. In Shimon's backyard, so the laundry is drying, and the cow comes in and darsa alav and tramples on his beautiful coat. Okay, so now Reuven owes Shimon a coat, or money for a coat, a value of a coat. Ve'achar kach ira shenishbra paro shel ragla shel para shel so v'talito shel Shimon b'shut harabim. Then what does Shimon do? He takes the exact same coat. It's crumpled and throws it out into the street. Forget it. And then Reuven's cow comes along, trips on the coat, and breaks its foot. Now, the coat in Rishut HaRabim is considered the technical halachic codification. It's a bore. You created a pit, a dangerous, traffic obstacle in Rishut HaRabim. So now, how much do you have to pay? Who has to pay who? So, you would say, well, the cow caused damage to the coat, and the coat caused damage to the cow. Alright, we're even. It's what we would call in the National Football League offsetting penalties. I never understood offsetting penalties. Like, one is a 5-yard penalty, one is a 15-yard penalty. Penalties offset. No. So you would say, you don't say that. We don't say that. Ella. Shamin shnei nizikim b'damim. You evaluate each damage in money. How much was the coat worth? How much was the animal's leg worth? Mishizik l'chavero yoter yishalem. Whoever causes more damage has to pay. Shum kesef. We don't say offsetting penalties in damages. Rather, you take the value of the money, and then whoever owes. Vishaveh kesef. How much you pay? You have to pay in value of money. What does this mean? So again, the Gemara says, what this trying to tell us is, it's talking about a specific case where a person owed money and then he died and he left that debt, and the debt has to be paid off by the orphans. Lo yifru'ela mina karka. Orphans only pay from karka, from money, from land, shehem shaveh kesef, velo metaltalin. They have to pay from shvei kesef, from land that has a value of money, but not metaltalin, not property, shehem atzmam kesef, meaning property, a cell phone, a book, a shirt, all those are actual money. You can pay with it. Okay? Because you can pay with money. Because the guy, if you don't pay money, the guy, what do you have? What can you pay me with? Land is shvei kesef. Bifnei beitin. It has to be in front of a beitin. It has to be a beitin of mumchim, not stam. The beitin can be a court of 3 people, any 3 people. Not hedyotot, but it has to be mumchim. Pi edim, and it has to be through witnesses who testify. Okay, except modeh biknas, that's pater. It has to be witnesses who testify. B'nei chorin, b'nei brit. The witnesses have to be b'nei chorin, have to be free, and they have to be Jewish. V'hanashim bichlal nezek. Women are not excluded from the laws of niziki. Nashim be'enji zika tacharin, be'enji yechim hazikua. The fact that women, they're not eligible for testimony in court, and they're not chayav in certain mitzvot, but they are bichlal nezek. V'hanizak v'hamazik b'tashlumin. Furthermore, nizak and the mazik are both the nizak and mazik. They sometimes have to take part in the tashlumin. So certainly mazik has to pay. What does it mean that nizak has to pay? So it's interesting. It all depends. Like some say, there are two possible. The Kahati explains. And some say, remember we're going to learn in the next Mishnah. There's something called a shor tam. We learned about shvarim. There's something called a shor, keren, shor tam. Okay, that we said the first three negichot are chatzi nezek. Okay, chatzi nezek means you only pay half. So, my animal gores your car. Okay, so we said chatzi nezek. Okay, we said shor tam has to pay chatzi nezek, half damage. So now there's a machloket in the Gemara. Is chatzi nezek, is it a knas? Or is chatzi nezek, is it mamon? What this really means is, when the Torah says you have to pay chatzi nezek, does it really mean, you don't have to pay anything at all? Because the shor tam, this animal, really guards itself. Really, the guy doesn't have to, it's really not, if I'm the owner of the shore, how am I supposed to know that's going to gore? Most animals don't gore. But the Torah said, listen, your animal gored, so we're going to fine you and say you have to pay. That's chatzi nezek knas. On the other hand, you could say it's chatzi nezek is mamon. Really, you should pay everything, but we give you a break because you didn't know. Okay, so if you said chatzi nezek is a knas, and really you don't have to pay, okay, then really you don't have to pay, okay, so the nizak, there really is no damages, and the nizak is getting benefit. But if you say chatzi nezek is mamon, and really you should have to guard your shore all the time, so then the mazik, the person causing damage, really should pay everything, and he's only paying half. So in that case, that's when you would apply the rule of hanizak v'hamazik b'tashlumin. In chatzi nezek, there's a case of short time where the mazik is paying half, but the nizak is also losing half. So he also has to pay in tashlumin. So that's one position. That's Rav Huna who says chatzi nezek is mamon. But if you say chatzi nezek knas, then you have to find another reason why you have to pay. So the Bartenura says, im pachta nevela mishat mita achat amada bedin. So let's say your ox gores my ox, and my ox dies. Okay? So in this case, pchat nevela de nizaku. The nizak gets the nevela. So you take the dead animal and you sell it. It belongs to the person who's damaged. He sells it. What happens if it goes down in value between the time that it's killed and the time of amada bedin? So that value, that loss in value, is a loss that's accrued to the nizak. Sorry, if you wait until court, we can only evaluate it in the court. So that loss belongs to the nizak and not just the mazik. All right, it's a little bit complicated. If you have questions, email me, rspolter@gmail.com. I'll be happy to try to explain it again. Have a great day. Oh, we'll dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman.